Welcome back to MacPhee Ford. Today I'm taking a look at this brand new 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning. This particular Lightning is a Lariat model and it's finished in Antimatter blue metallic. Now this particular Lariat has the 511A equipment group. This is basically a fully loaded model. Now we're going to take a quick walk around the outside here and then we'll hop into the interior. But we'll first start with the front end where we do have the LED projector headlight. And you also might notice we do have a light bar that starts at the driver's side headlight and kind of makes its way to the other side. So we do have a nice kind of LED bar that goes across the top of the grille there. And it's unique design to the Lightning model. Nice body colored bumper, which also does feature some front parking sensors right here. And also a set of recovery hooks down there at the bottom. Front view camera just underneath of the Ford logo. But if we come around to the side here, also with this Lariat, we do have these 20-inch gray painted aluminum wheels. That's wrapped in a 275/60 all-terrain tire. There's the Lariat badge right there. And also with the Lariat, we do have the body colored mirrors. Just have the side view camera and the side mirror spotlight. Blind spot indicator in the top corner. And we'll give you a look at the window sticker on this particular Lightning here. So we do have the dual motor with the extended range battery in antimatter blue. And here's some of the options that this particular one has, priced at 111, almost 5. So I'll give you a look at the window sticker on this particular Lightning here. So we do have up top Antimatter blue with the extended range battery, 2023 of course. And here's some of the options that this particular one has. There's the 511A, which includes the extended range batteries. That's why it costs so much. But this one's priced at $111,475. Now these prices are Canadian dollars, so just keep that in mind. We are in Canadian pricing, so it might be a little bit of a higher price than you would see in the States, but that's what the Lightnings now cost here in Canada. Nice blue accent there with the Lightning logo. And also unique to the Lightning is the use of independent rear suspension, which does make it much more comfortable on road. Going over bumps and potholes, you can really notice the difference between the rear end being independent versus a solid rear axle with leaf springs like you would see on a typical F-150. And you also see we do have the rear light bar going across the top of the tailgate here, which is actually exclusively used on the Lariat and Platinums. The XLTs actually don't have the light bar here, so it's used on Lariat and Platinum models only. But we do have a nice body colored rear bumper. It also does feature the rear parking sensors and a class 4 hitch receiver. 4 and 7 pin connections, as well as the power tailgate, which is standard on a Lariat model. So it actually goes up and down power operated. And that includes the tailgate step with the tailgate work surface. And also standard with Lightning is the 9.6 kilowatt Pro Power onboard system. So we have a bunch of outlets here in the bed, and you can power all kinds of different stuff here. Again, almost 10,000 watts of power in here, so we have lots of power. We also have LED box lighting and lots of tie-down points. But if we take a look into the interior of this Lightning, now being a Lariat model, we do have the leather interior. So Lariat and Platinum models do get the leather, whereas an XLT and the Pro model would have the cloth or vinyl, whichever you prefer. But again, so we do have nice leather seats here. They're fully power operated, and they're also heated and cooled, so they're very comfortable, and a nice two-tone design here as well. If we take a look at the door panel, more of the nice leather here on the armrest, and of course everything here is power operated. We also have a 3-way memory that not only works for the driver's seat, but also the power steering and the power pedals. So again, everything's power operated and does work in conjunction with that memory function there. 8-speaker B&O sound system in the door, lots of storage. And more controls here, we have your lighting. We also have the front trunk and the rear tailgate release. So lots of controls there. But we'll hop inside. We do have our keyless fob, includes the front trunk release and that rear power tailgate release, and push button start. So again, we do have the extended range battery, just give us up to 775 foot-pounds of torque, which is an enormous number, and that's just kind of a characteristic of an electric vehicle. You have instant acceleration, instant torque at 0 RPM, so these trucks are actually quite quick for their size. And also being extended range battery, we do have up to 520 kilometers of range. Currently, it's a little bit colder outside. It's not actually 19 because we are inside, but it's a little colder today, and we're at 402 kilometers of range. Now, we're not quite fully charged, but you can kind of get an idea. It's about 10 degrees Celsius today, so you can kind of see we lost about 100 kilometers of range in the cold. But we'll move on to the steering wheel here, which is nice leather wrapped. It's heated, very, very nice. Ford did a great job with that. We do have Ford's Blue Cruise system, which is included with the 511A equipment group. So we do have a little Blue Cruise logo right up there. And you can also see that little blinking light. Now that doesn't actually blink to the human eye. That's just blinking just because of the camera, but that is actually reading your eyes as you're watching the road. So Blue Cruise is a hands-free driving system, so you don't actually have to keep your hands on the steering wheel. It'll actually watch your eyes to make sure you're still paying attention. So it's a nice driver aid. So we have that system included, and we also have some volume buttons down here and controls on the right side for the gauge cluster, which is a full screen. It's very customizable, very easy to use, and then we have more media buttons below that. And in the middle, we do have the Sync 4A display. Now it's 15.5 inch from corner to corner, so it's very, very large, and it does take up quite a bit of real estate here on the dash. But it's very high resolution. It's very, very intuitive, very easy to use. This top corner we have your home screen, which will kind of show you some of your menus, like your radio, your phone, navigation. We also have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And also up here we have all your various controls and settings, which there are a lot of. And then we have your camera, 360 camera again, so you can cycle through all the various different views right there. And if we exit out of that, we do also have the navigation screen pulled up right here. Again, very high resolution, very smooth. It's pinch to zoom, just like you would on your phone. Again, very easy to use there. And the bottom section of the screen is designated to the climate control, which is dual zone. It's automatic, so you can just set it to a temperature, and then it'll automatically change for you. Heated and cooled seats again, and you can use this dial, which is actually a new feature. Ford did a software update, so now you can actually use the dial, which is multi-purpose now to adjust your heated seats, or if you go into the heated steering wheel, you can do that, or the fan speed, you can now use that for the fan speed. And then, of course, it also does the volume as well. Down here we do have a wireless charging pad and some wired USB connections. We also have the interior work surface, which basically means we can fold this shifter flat. And we have a nice lever here that we can open up the console, and now you have a nice flat surface here, so that's super cool. We also have another inverter outlet right here, so 120 volt 20 amp, which is basically more than you would see in your house. So you have lots and lots of power, and a 12 volt right above that. Dual glove box, of course, lots of storage. And lastly up top, we do have controls for the twin panel panoramic sunroof. And we'll take a look into the rear seat. Now the lighting is only offered as a Super Crew with the 5.5 foot bed, so you actually can't get any other configuration other than like you see it here, like the 4-door with that 5.5 foot bed. But again, we do have the nice leather seats back here, two-tone, very, very comfortable, and they're also heated as well with the 511A equipment group. The outer seats, that is, they are heated, so again, very, very comfortable. And we can actually lift these up. And we do have the lockable storage right here, which is currently in its folded up position, but you actually can fold this flat, but it's nice. It is lockable, so you can keep some valuables down here, a little bit hidden out of the way. Put this back down. We do have our heated seat controls right here, as well as another series of outlets. So more outlets that you could possibly need in this truck. You could keep everything charged up, no problem at all. And this one has the rubber floor mats to go with it as well. Of course, we get a nice view of that panoramic sunroof. But lastly, we're going to show you the front trunk and also the charge port. So this is your charge port door. It's on the driver's side. We have a little Easter egg there on the inside of the lid there. So there's your charger. You have that extra piece here for if you're doing fast charging. And then this is your little status indicator. It is locked as well, so if it's closed, it will stay locked. But this is your front trunk. There's a little button under here, and it will beep a couple times just to let you know that it's opening, but it will power itself open up. And it does go quite high, so you have lots of headroom here. So we'll start with the general statistics. 400 liters of enclosed storage and a 400-pound capacity. So lots of weight capacity and lots of storage capacity as well. Now you can lift this part up, which is very heavy duty. It's very thick plastic, and we do have a built-in cooler right here. So you actually have a drain there at the bottom. You can fill this with ice, and you can pull that drain out, and it'll drain out of the bottom of the truck. So that's super cool. Ford incorporated a cooler in the front trunk here. And off to the left side, we have a little mini Pro Power on board. So we have 4 outlets with a little USB hub right there, so we can plug in a bunch of stuff at 2.4 kilowatts max. And there's even lighting on the inside of the trunk lid. So if you're interested in this particular F-150 Lightning Lariat, it is for sale here at MacPhee Ford. You can give us a call or visit us at MacPheeFord.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.